Three, two, one. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to.
Pages of New England.
I am Zach,
I'm Joe.
and this is some episode.
We're somewheres in life.
There's a count, and it will be on screen. Bang.
I think we're at like 11 or 12.
Yeah, we're at like 12.
Yeah.
Episode 12.
If not, episode 13.
Yeah. Today's episode's pretty big. We found the missing Malaysia flight, MH370. We know exactly where it is. And good news, the people are still alive.
It's not manifest. Imagine if it was manifest.
So there's actually an old tale that was turned out to be completely fiction. But the tale was basically about a plane that went up and didn't come back for 37 years. And when it made contact after coming back, the air traffic control was like, "Who are you?" on an unidentified plane. And the plane was like, "Oh, this is this, from this time in this place." And
Yeah.
they were like, "That's impossible. You've been missing for 30 years." And they were like, "What year is it?" And it's like 1982. When you're like, "This is not possible."
Yeah. That's
So,
crazy. Well, that's like manifest,
the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love that show. Oh my God. How freaky would it be if the MH370 plane
I actually looked
is
back.
manifest? Like
I
it's going to
looked
come
back.
back. And
If it was meant to be that way, you would have seen very similar artwork on the show. And the artwork for Manifest is completely different than the MH370 plane.
What do you mean artwork?
Like the poster for Manifest has a plane in the front,
Yeah.
and the Manifest plane isn't very different from. Like, it'd be one thing if they made it look similar, and they just did like
I
a
don't mean
U.S.
like that.
plane.
I just mean like how weird would it be if that like in 5 years, this MH370 just
It's been over 5 years.
no, I'm saying in like the next
5 more
years.
years.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Within the next 5 years or whatever, how funny I guess it wouldn't be funny, it'd be like traumatic. But like how cool would it be if like the plane just reappeared?
Yeah, definitely would stir some shit up. A lot of people would be happy. A lot of people would be confused. A lot of people would be angry.
So I would just like to say this, and so I watched the Netflix docuseries or whatever, and there was something that I noticed that I was just like a little concerning for me. And I know that it may, like I know not every flight has like an American on it, but they never once talk about any American civilians
On the plane?
on the plane. And you know that if America was involved and there was American civilians missing, that we would give, all of our resources to help try and find this plane. That was like the whole thing that threw me off. You're telling me there wasn't one American on that in Beijing? Like going to Beijing, like
yeah, but from Malaysia, like
I mean that's an easy stopover. Depending on where they're coming from, like
yeah. I mean, I still say there's a chance there wasn't. There's a lot of people flying, especially in that area, and then the chances that there's, one I feel like is still very possible.
yeah.
But I don't think it's unimpossible.
Like not even
I don't think it's impossible that there could have been.
I don't know.
No American on
I
it.
just think it's a little sus how like America was so far.
But then, like, in part of the episode, or like the third episode, the French guy said he had a contact with the secret intelligence organization that said America knew where it was.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like America has to be involved. Like you're telling me like there's no way.
Yeah, and then I went back and I checked WikiLeaks,
Yeah.
and I couldn't find anything on WikiLeaks that talked about MH370. So if there was some involvement, they're taking good care of hiding it.
That's what I'm saying. It's just a little sus.
Yeah.
Doesn't make too much sense.
Yeah, and then like the whole Netflix series kind of like humanizes it by getting all the victims involved and telling the story very well of the different families and the different like theories from the
journalist, yeah.
And it's like, oh well, what if there's these three Russians, and what if these Russians were all part of a thing, and he got into this secret electronics compartment and disengaged the the satellite and then re-engaged it with false data like it was the biggest stretch possible,
Yeah.
and it's almost just bloat
Well,
for a series. Like it was kind of like pointless. Like
and again, that's my thing. Like this is post 9/11, right? Like if a plane disappears, you know what I mean? Like there's just too much. I don't
yeah,
know. It's like
I have this weird theory that there is a floating dock out in the middle of nowhere that this plane landed on, like a barge,
yeah,
but like floating dock. He lands on it. They basically, so I still feel like he depressurized the cabin.
yeah.
So they were saying that the,
I mean, that's the only way you could keep from people like taking over the plane.
I mean, to some extent, yeah,
Yeah.
because they can't get in the cab, like they can't get in the pilot's cabin.
Yeah.
It's locked. But the theory being that he just wanted to keep it quiet, right? Like make the last few hours peaceful, in a sense. Which I guess, yeah. But then, like, why not just go out with a bang and finish it quick?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why even take all these people with you? Why not just steal the plane before it ever got?
Well, and here's my thing. It's like it's not even like it was a quick flight. The plane only had 7 hours worth of fuel. You know,
Yeah,
like it wasn't that big of a plane. It wasn't like an overseas flight. Like it was like a puddle jumper in a sense.
yeah.
You
So
know.
that's why I'm thinking like light enough to possibly land on a certain size barge, right? It lands. Everybody's been knocked out because of the no oxygen. The pilot has his stash, and they were even saying the pilot's stash of oxygen is only for a few hours.
Extra, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like he didn't have hours. Like if it almost seemed like infactual to me that when they
Absolutely.
said that, and then they were like, oh, but if he kept flying down at this angle, he would have been right here, and this is where we did the lidar scans. And I'm like, well, but he wouldn't have had oxygen if he depressurized.
Right.
So how did he get there? He'd go down low enough to the water to open the window. Is that even possible on an airplane? And the pilot's like, I don't fucking know.
No, I don't know.
But the theory here is that, right, he knocks them all out, lands, and Epstein comes in and just takes all the body parts, all the bodies, cuts them up, sells them, and just like floods the black market with a bunch of organs, makes a few $1 million. No, more than that. But like that was my theory, was like human
Jeez.
trafficking,
Like organ trafficking.
organ trafficking, yes.
That's crazy theory, dude.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, at least people are getting new organs, saving lives to the black market. You know.
Yeah, if you have access to the black market, please call 585-212. Get some help. All right.
I saw this meme the other day, and it was like some like naive girl like thinking like, oh, I can just Google black market and like be on the black market, and it was like the Google searches that she like the things that came up when she like Google searched, it was hysterical. She ended up with like a bunch of computer viruses.
Really?
It like destroyed her computer,
That's a
but like
great.
the whole thing was hysterical.
That's great.
It was like when you're so naive that you really believe you can just Google black market and click on a couple links and get to it. And,
Yeah,
like,
literally. I've been on the dark web before.
so have I.
Yeah. Tell me more.
No,
Colin Cap.
go ahead. I mean, it was like before it was when I was in high school and the black market was like easy to.
Yeah, but like, how did you do it? Explain the process.
I mean, I didn't do it. I was with somebody who did do it.
Oh, okay. You just saw it.
I was sitting at the computer
Okay.
and I was like, "Hey, let's do it." And there's this kid from high school. I don't know if I should name names.
No, no, no.
But there's there's this kid from high school. You might know who he is. But yeah, he was like, "Dude, let's try it." And I was like, "All right, let's try it." So like, I remember I could break through like the school's firewall. Cause like in the high school, this was like when they first started putting up like firewalls and shit like that.
Okay.
So like you couldn't log on to Facebook. You couldn't go any further than like these PG-13.
Yeah.
So you have to like go through like get around
Yeah,
it.
yeah. The
So-
whitelisting.
Yep. So like I could do that, and then so I had to that, and I was like joking around with him. I was like, dude, I wonder if we could get on. And he was like, I've done it before, and I was like, really? And he was like, and he just did it.
Jeez. That's crazy.
I mean, it was like I was a little scared. Not gonna lie.
I remember one time it was either me I don't know. I don't remember if I got in trouble for it or if I was just hanging out with the kid who got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
But he was on the school computer and he was in paint and he drew a ginormous penis
Oh God.
and he wrote like the teacher's name underneath it
Oh,
and it got
jeez.
shown up. Like they had it printed out, being like, "Is this what you really feel, Tommy?" And he's just like, "That was on my personal time." They're
No
like,
such
"Still
thing.
school property,
Yup.
bitch." You know, but
Uh,
yeah, I never bought anything, but like I got the proper browser and I went online. I just looked around, but it's dangerous. If you think you can get viruses just
I
snooping
know.
around the internet,
I
fucking
literally was so scared. Like
the dark web is
we got on and I was like, all right, that's it. We proved our point. Like, let's go.
yeah.
I was so scared. Because at that point, I had already gotten in trouble for getting around. Because I used to always, like, check my Facebook and my MySpace. And I was like, I could get around the school's network so easily.
Yeah.
So, like, I always got in trouble for that. Like, they would pull my username and password and be like, Jordan. And I'm like, dude, why are you guys looking at that? Like, come on. Like, I'm just checking my MySpace, bro. Like,
Can't do that.
I got to update my top 10, okay?
School policy.
I
No
know.
social media.
But see, the best part
Wow.
was like I was really close to the principal, so and my counselor.
Oh, Jordan, and then just walk away.
Literally, that would be what it was. They'd be like, I know the librarian would get so mad at me because she'd be like, go to the principal's office, and I would just like
Be
smile,
back there in
yeah.
5 minutes.
And I'd be like, hey, how you doing? She'd be like, you're not suspended for what you did. I'm like, absolutely not. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a good kid. I just do dumb stuff.
There was an IT, not the director, but like the guy below the director, the one basically doing all the work.
Mm-hmm.
In a
The guy, not the girl. Because we had a girl.
not
IT
in our
director.
school. No, this was in a school down south.
Oh, okay.
And he just recently got caught for using all of the server resources
Yeah.
to mine crypto. So he
Yes.
had made like over $400,000 to $500,000
That's kind of hella
in
smart.
crypto from the school's resources. And then when they did an investigation, they found out that it wasn't just the school's resources, like for computers. It was their electricity. There was a crawl space where he had like 8 or 9 of his own setups.
So what did he bring in his own like fiber and stuff and ran his own like
No,
attached his own line?
He just had his own internet from their stuff, but he was taking power from like the main line in the server room and wiring it down and like
Shit.
yeah, it was a whole operation.
That's some dedication right
But
there.
like, hey, teachers aren't paid enough. Like, look at what they gotta go through to
Right.
get that bag.
They really aren't paid enough.
No. And if you're smart enough to do, you normally aren't teaching. And he was clearly smart enough to get away with it for a while. $500K,
Right.
$500,000 for a slap on the wrist and finding a new job. Hey,
Why not?
take it.
Right. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
And it's so sad because like you know he like I'm not saying that he like probably isn't smart because obviously he's like an IT director and stuff like
Wasn't
that.
hurting anybody.
Right? But like you know that was so easy for him.
Oh yeah, download a few programs in the
Yeah.
background on a weekend when
That's
no
what
one
I'm
was
saying.
paying
Like
attention.
it was, you know, that was like not even hard work. Like that was just like on my spare time. Hey, let me try this for a hobby and make a couple extra, you know, hundo.
Oh yeah,
thousand.
the irony part is he still put in his salary time and still finished all of the technical support. And
That's what I'm saying. Like that
Yeah.
job is not hard. I can do that job.
yeah, you know the
I want to do. I would love to do that job. I hate. No, I would not want to do that job.
my brother-in-law does like that for the Norwich School District,
Oh,
and it's rough.
that's a rough school district right there.
It's rough.
They do not care about.
You know the trend on TikTok a while back where kids were just snatching things from schools,
Yeah.
whatever they could, toilets, TVs, lockers.
And I believe those Norwich kids. Or is he at like NFA or is he at like the public?
He's at all of them. Grasso.
Shit.
Like
That's like
all
some
of 'em.
bad.
So
That's where all like the delinquents got sent.
we were at the mother-in-law's house and we met up and I showed him the video of like these kids that were like in shop class and they unbolted one of the presses, like the drill presses, and wheeled it right in the back to someone's truck. And I'm like, he goes, that's pretty good. He goes, last week we had a group of 3 kids take an entire interactive TV.
What?
Like the ViewSonic touch boards. They it's a technical school that he this happened at, so they had all the tools in their bag. They unmounted it and then carried it right out the door.
That's
They knew
crazy.
exactly who took it. They found it 3 days later in their house, all banged up, broken,
Of course,
ports in
because
the back, and
kids are absolutely horrendous.
yeah, but like they got it back, but still,
But
it's
still,
insane the lengths that they would go to
dude, all because of freaking TikTok goddamn challenge.
for no real outcome.
Dude, did you hear about like so UMass Amherst, big party school, whatever. So I guess there's like this TikTok challenge called like BOGOS or something like that. I don't know.
Like
So
buy one get one.
no. So what it is like instead of so everybody gets a gallon jug, fills it like about halfway with water, puts like the rest with vodka and then Mio or some kind of electrolyte. So it's like water, electrolytes, and booze and like vodka. And like so many, they were saying at like UMass Amherst, like 13 ambulances.
Mm.
Like they were calling like ambulances from surrounding counties because kids were like just like I don't know, getting their stomach pumps. Like I don't
That's what it
know,
sounds like.
like I don't know why that would be like a good idea, but you just see all these kids walking around with like gallon like jugs of like just booze and electrolytes. Like they're just flooding their system with booze and electrolytes.
Yeah,
Like I can't imagine that's
that
good.
kids is how you get massive kidney stones.
Seriously.
Yeah, electrolytes is the leading cause to kidney stones because like the electrolytes are part of what put calcium deposits in your body, I guess, or something like that. And if you don't burn the calcium deposits off, like by working out or exercise,
Yeah.
you end up creating the clump that becomes the kidney stone.
I know this one of my regulars at work because I drink a lot of cellulitis, obviously,
Mm.
and he's like, yeah, like I knew a kid who got kidney stones from that, and I was like, well, that kid clearly is not drinking it for the right reasons. First off, like I never drink a cellulose minus like today, but I'm good about to go be like pretty active. But like I'll never drink a cellulose on my day off. I only do it when I'm at work. I'm running around. I'm burning calories. Like my regulars like you're gonna get kidney stones. I'm like, no, I'm doing it right. Like I always drink water in between. Like I always try and flush my system out.
Like you remember when I was in high school and I'd be playing on my computer pretty much all day and night, and I would just be drinking hella Gatorade.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for me like having a crazy metabolism and still getting insane amount of activity when I went
Right.
outside, I probably would have had issues
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
because I
Like
drank so much Gatorade.
our metabolisms are so fast. Like we're
Yeah,
so fucked for the
I'm
future.
I'm actually gonna get back on ADHD meds.
Really, I'm thinking about it too.
Yep,
You're
gotta
gonna do
get
a
that.
low. You're gonna do a low dose, or you're gonna go back to like just Adderall.
I don't know. I gotta talk with a doctor first. I'm gonna
Um,
talk and see what they recommend, see what's out there that's new that isn't as crazy.
yeah.
But hey, on one hand, I want to go straight for the what's the word I'm looking for? Not morphine, but the what is it called? It's like a meta. Fuck, ruin it. I don't know. Whatever the hardcore drug of Adderall is.
Like methamphetamines.
Yeah, you go. Yo, I'm like,
You want to be a crackhead?
part of me's like, go straight for the methamphetamines, and the other one's like,
Ritalin.
let's look what herbal options they have.
Yeah. I really want to try
two
the
ends.
Joe Rogan Alpha Brain.
Yeah, Alpha Brain.
What are your thoughts on that?
Don't get me wrong. I think Alpha Brain's great. I just think you comparing Ritalin or
No, I'm
Adderall
saying
to
for
Alpha
me,
Brain
because
way
you know
different.
I don't like to. I prefer not to be on meds.
Yeah, I think if you're already,
I prefer also not to go crazy. So
yeah, I think if you're already there, to just fine tune some stuff with Alpha Brain is good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you already have to have a mind that can work and be usable. You can't just be like foggy and like stoned and then be like, I'm gonna take Alpha Brain to make me feel great. I think it has to be like you're already on top. You just need to fine point it.
I should just go back to the Adderalls. What
Yeah,
you're
I
saying?
I think generally we need to completely sharpen our pencil.
Right. So I hear you're gonna babysit alone.
Yeah.
How excited
Yeah,
are you about that?
that might be changing. I have said yes and agreed to do it, but there's some whole talks about now being forced to go to the baby shower. And the only reason why I got to babysit is because I wasn't going. So, I'm still fighting to babysit. I'm excited to spend some time with little Mikey. Um, I got to like hold him a little bit, and he was crying. I got to stop him crying, so it was good.
Aw.
good practice on Sunday,
Yeah.
But
I'm super excited though. There's this book that I want to get you and Megan, but it hasn't come out yet. I have it pre-saved on my Amazon, but it's about like this couple's journey um to like get pregnant and stuff like that. Like they tried everything and like it was just it helps, and I know you guys have probably like seen like a bunch of this, but like I've followed their journey throughout like social media and their vlogging and stuff like that, and their vlog has had like a lot of positive feedback. But and it's just like how you change like your diets and how you eat like certain foods, and it helps with like you know
it's a prenatal book.
I mean, it's not really a prenatal, but it's like things that you can do to help like get pregnant. Like little things that you can do that you don't realize. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like by eating, and again, I don't know. This is just I'm throwing a random example. By like eating one pomegranate a day, you could speed up. I don't know, sperm cells, or I don't know, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
they go into detail about that. Like I said, I've seen their vlog a bunch, like, and it has a lot of positive feedbacks, and a lot of people have like really have, you know, reacted
Well to it.
well to it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they put out a book, so I really wanted to get you guys the book, so I have it saved on my Amazon,
Nice.
so that when it is available, I can get it for you guys.
What where do you think we should go next?
What do you mean?
Pages of New England.
Um,
What's season 2?
I really think we should start being more active. Like my thing is, we're still like in the winter and cold time.
So
Like,
yeah, well, you will like want to go out and do stuff.
yeah, just like I mean, things are cool here, but where we get our wit and our charm is like in the moment. Like we
Yeah.
need some real life like motivation.
Yeah. So this is what I was thinking. I'm having a hard time with like just putting out poor content, right? Like
Yeah.
recording a video with an iPhone and it just still not being great. So it's like, that's why I wanted to get the camera. And now I'm looking at cameras and I did a bunch of research and I found one T7 Rebel by Canon. It's just not great for video.
Well, I was gonna say, what if we got a vlogging camera?
So that's kind of what I was looking for is like
Yeah.
a creator based camera. And realistically, the best option to go with for the budget that we've already set is something like a GoPro,
Okay.
which
I mean,
has
do we need
multiple.
to raise our budget?
If we raise the budget, we can get something that's definitely like purpose built. Like they have vlogging cameras that are what are called mirrorless cameras. They're still interchangeable lens, but the mirrorless allows you not to be slowed down by a certain processing. I guess it's
Yeah.
like you don't have to worry about the reflection and stuff. It's just pure image to sensor.
Yeah.
Um, so in that case, when you're trying to do like, and my limit, I have certain requirements. 4K video has to be a must.
Yeah.
It has to do 4K 30 at minimum,
Okay.
4K 24 actually at minimum, but 4K 30 reality and 60 would be great. And it has to have a way for us to add audio to it,
Yeah.
and it has to be able to way to be used while being plugged in. Right? So those aren't really complicated asks for a purpose-built vlogging camera. And after this, I'll show you some pictures and
Yeah.
some postings, but it's like we're talking about either doubling or adding at least another $100 more to our budget.
Well, then let me ask you this question, because you're going on a vacation soon.
Yeah.
Would you rather purchase it before or after?
Megan would say after.
Okay. I mean, that's what I figured. I would rather wait, get a better vlogging camera. I don't mind like paying a little bit extra, cuz again, you just paid for something, I think. So like I don't mind putting in a little bit extra.
Well, even then, like I'll have the money to split it if we go up, but like
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna
like,
end up putting it on my card for the Amazon.
Yeah.
So
But we'll talk about it, cuz yeah, I would rather wait a little bit, cuz again, you guys are going in what, April?
yeah,
Like
less than 40 days.
exactly. So
No, I agree, but we still need to know, and maybe we'll look for good prices, and that's really what we'll give it up. But like
That's
some of
what-
them are like 650 to 800.
I mean,
so plus if you want to get like a good kit that has everything you need.
yeah.
So, but
We-
we'll look about that.
I was gonna say we just have to, like, if we're gonna, like, I would love to do that, but we have to commit.
I
and-
agree. Well, like once you have that though, you can actually just take good videos, and if you upload them, at least it's poor editing and format, but the quality is there.
Yeah.
There's no one looking at this on their phone being like, you guys look like you guys are
Strapped.
sitting in the dark
Yeah.
in your basement.
And again,
Which we're not,
we
by
can
the way.
take
We
it.
have a $4,000 studio.
Oh yeah,
Okay, everybody.
absolutely. But like we could also take it into the garage and like we could do like a golf. You know what I mean? Like,
We could do a bunch of different stuff with it.
because I suck at golf, so
Yeah. And I'll put some options like on the screen of what we're looking at. There's the here, I'll pull them up right now. And it's hard because a lot of people online are saying that the Sonys have really good autofocus.
yeah,
And a huge thing for video is like the autofocus when someone's moving.
yeah, that
So
is like a big
I guess a
deal.
new thing right now is like the autofocus on the eye, which is I guess been around but still good. The current one I have in my current cart, we'll call it, is the Nikon Z30 APS. It's a 20.9 megapixel 4K video mirrorless digital vlogging camera bundled with one lens kit, the 16 to 50 millimeter lens, so it's kind of like a wide to a closer in kit.
Yeah.
It's got the flip around screen. It's got the attachment and connections for the vlogging mount, which has like all the record, stop, zoom in buttons where your hand is. It's got the mic audio, and so like that's a good pick. And then the second option, which I've heard a lot of good things about, is the Sony ZV-1F. That's a vlogging camera. It's got like a little poof mic on top.
I'll say it took me so long just to try and look up that. Okay.
So that's one of them.
Yeah.
And then let me show you the first one.
I'll say I was trying to pull it up on my phone, but
And here's the first one.
I mean they're both equally. I mean, do they have everything? Like you said, both of these fit your requirements.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of them fit.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, there's other options, but like when it comes to what other people are using in our space,
Yeah.
it's that. And then it's like later down the road, a GoPro's a good fit
Yeah.
because they're saying a GoPro's a really good fit for like just light in the go. Put it up, and you get second angles. Like you can just stick it anywhere, just get a second angle, let it record all day, and get a
Right.
second angle, and just pop it in when you need it.
Just go.
Yep. But yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely retouch on that after Mexico. Very excited to go.
Yeah. Hey, so speaking of Mexico, did you get yourself one of those shoulder strap bags?
Yeah, I have a satchel.
You got one.
Yeah.
I just bought one.
Nice.
Yeah, you want to see it? Hold on.
But hey, I think we did a nice little interesting stuff. We're gonna chop this up and put it into some clips.
How cute that is.
Nice bag. Very cute.
Right?
Very cute.
Bought a matching backpack too.
But if you listen this long, thank you very much. You have a great day, everybody. This is Zach
I'm Joe.
We
Enjoy
are
the rest of your day.
signing off. And
Bye-bye.
goodbye.